Tony Robbins, for whatever anybody could say or think about him, is extremely knowledgeable, seasoned, credible, and skilled in this sphere. And when he talks about the sphere of neuroassociation, and he talks about allowing himself to get out of peak for a maximum of like 30 seconds, I've heard. I've also heard 90 seconds. Think about that. Think about getting to a level in life where your definition of peak state or thriving is something that is persistent all the time. And if you really get hit by something that evokes strong emotion that you don't want to feel, you allow yourself to feel it. You use the skills that you build, that you get others who are skilled to validate you're doing correctly. Like personal training, emotional work is something you want to do well, so you do it successfully. I can train you, a lot of people can train you. And when you do that work, you realize, oh, something hit me. I have this emotional wound. I don't feel like I'm thriving. Let me process this wound. Let me give myself the container of, say, 1 minute. That's easy to remember. And in 1 minute, you heal the wound, you release that part of consciousness. If it takes you more than a minute now, if it takes you 4 sessions with a professional, that's fine. Just your goal is a minute. And think of, maybe 3 years from now, you could get to the Tony Robbins phenomenon of being in peak state with 30-second spikes or 1 minute spikes down. Now, maybe you could believe that's unrealistic or an exaggeration, but let's try it, right? Roger Bannister ran a 4-minute mile, then a bunch of other people started. If you want to be in the top 1%, the top 0.1% of thriving people emotionally, and yes, of course, all the material ways of life, why not aim for somebody who is known for being a master of this as your standard? Maybe you'll settle for being in a funk for up to 15 minutes, or allowing yourself to experience 15 minutes of anger, or you believe based on your training and your lineage that you should be with sadness for 7 days in certain occasions. Go, you be you. I honor your tradition, your path, and your own inner knowing of your truth. But for most of us in life, for most things, whatever they could be, stubbing our toe, getting cut off in traffic, not being acknowledged, being criticized or ridiculed, having less money than we thought we had, relationship stuff, physical body stuff, all the things that could affect us emotionally. If we do stuff like this, if we do this one exercise, and of course there's probably millions more, but just starting with one that you commit to, you can get to the point where you build a skill where you go like this. Maybe you think of that memory too. You give yourself 10 seconds, 30 seconds of meditation, and you shift up. And you do that work much more efficiently than a 3-hour meditation or a weekend spiritual retreat. Those things are great. You can learn and develop a lot, but in our busy modern life, we need efficient tools in order to have the space to have lifestyle change. The idea of going on a spiritual retreat every week or 2 or 3 or 4, or some number is great, but there's money, there's the time, and then there's you're a little bit unbalanced until it integrates, or you're feeling awesome. But, do you want to have to do that every weekend? As valuable as those are, do whatever feels right for you. Or do you want to build one tool that can take you to where you want to be without having to do the retreat and spend the money and follow the rules and all that stuff? So I want to give this to you as a possibility, as a template. And I wish for you, in answering this first question, and then we're going to move on to the second, actually the third, do you thrive at all? We're going to move into that in just a minute. But in just considering a possibility of raising that percentage, so doing that technique enough, and maybe you could get to a thought or click your tongue or do something less obvious, so you don't have to do this every 10 minutes in the office if you work in an office or wherever you are. The demonstration of an advanced skill is, I believe, is ability to be successful more of the time, a higher amount of time. Now, that's a very broad definition of skill, so please don't find textbooks to counteract that. What I'm saying is, if you're good at getting into a thrive state, instead of taking you 5 hours or a weekend, if you can do it in 30 seconds, that's an advanced skill. So I encourage you to be patient with yourself, and if you want this, do it 3 times a day, sincerely, for a month. You're literally investing 1.5 minutes of your day every day for a month, or find something better. And then you'll have that tool, that option, that capability, that life upgrade. Cool, all right, so ending that topic, if you have any questions about that topic, please send me a DM now. Facebook Live doesn't allow comments during streams, which is silly, but send it now because we're moving on to the next thing, and I'll answer as many as I can at the end of the main workshop. So do you thrive at all? I can feel that a number of the people watching this and who will watch this are at a state where they're like, yeah, man, those were great exercises, it's wishful thinking, but I feel crappy. My life sucks. I'm in a slump. I'm dealing with burnout. I've had a breakup and I can't get over it. I have a chronic illness, chronic pain, and I just don't feel enough, etc. I feel for you. I've been there a number of times. I've had rock bottom, dark night, shadow, excessive shadow experiences. We're all human. We're all born pooping our pants, and we learn everything along the way. And when you feel like crap, on the scale of 0 to 100, 100 you're awesome. 0 is like you can't get out of bed. So if you're watching this, you're not a 0, obviously. Maybe a 0 is you can't even pick up the phone, so or keep it powered on, say. So wherever you are, maybe you're below a 20, maybe you're in a state of depression or similar. And if this doesn't apply to you, you might know somebody close to you. And this is only going to be a few minutes before we move to the next topic. That whole association thing with thriving, if no positive memories can come to mind, that's a state which I actually would defer to the allopathic, medical, Western biochemical continuum, along with the Eastern medical continuum, because regardless of whether or not functional MRIs can show absolutely everything that master acupuncturists say acupuncture does, it has helped people for 5,000 years and has helped a lot. So if you want a fast change, it might be optimizing your biochemistry, it might be optimizing your energy flow, it might mean, get somebody credible, licensed, experienced, well-reviewed, transparent, etc., who can tune into you and get your data. They spend an hour with you, not 15 minutes, which maybe you pay out of pocket, but it's your life. And or acupuncture, and something to help you feel better quickly, but that's healthy and sustainable. If that needs to be a pharmaceutical, this is not advice, this is a personal opinion, so medical disclaimer there. I think if it needs to be a pharmaceutical, it might be worth seeing if you can heal the reason why your system needs something that's strong with so many potential side effects. But I honor your path and your decision and your knowledge and your practitioners in your life for that. So the reason I say those things is because we can often blame ourselves for feeling bad. We can feel guilty for feeling bad. We can see all the positive stuff, all the vulnerable stuff on Facebook and everywhere else and think, I should, be making posts like that, or anything else. You're just feeling crappy for a while. You can use all the positive thinking, energy work, spiritual tools you want, but it's easy to not learn how to take care of bodies, not remember. Most of us, our food is either processed or has a lot of pesticides, even organic stuff. Check what the actual definition of organic and requirements are. It's not just, your farmer carried it to your the store and you took it the next day and it was raised in a perfect fertilized crop rotation, nutrient-dense soil. That'd be great. For most of us, we need supplements, whether it's B12 or calcium or creatine or carnitine, just know your biochemistry. And for a lot of us, we take in pollution. We might, I take this vitality detox drops. I heard about these from Justin Fairman. He's a genius. He teaches flow mastery in a few of the courses. And so these drops, they will take toxins, they will take pollution, they will take heavy metals out of your body at a gentle rate. And then half an hour after you take them, you can take bentonite clay or activated charcoal without food within one window of either direction of these things. And that activated charcoal or bentonite clay will absorb the toxins released from your blood and your organs. Heavy metals can make the brain magnetic. Plastics can, I don't want to say cause cancer because I haven't read that in a study, but I would think there would be some links if you adjust enough. Anyway, all the crap we take from car exhaust, processed foods, whatever, EMF pollutions, physiological waste, something like this can get rid of. So in optimizing biochemistry, especially if you felt like crap for a long time, it might just mean more than adding to your system. It might mean taking away. And taking away junk food, taking away pollution, same umbrella, and same thing like a skill. Invest 2 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day learning about it and taking action. Keep building that to your highest maximum sustainable level. Stay as great as you can. Do these techniques. Get as much support as you can. Reach out to me. I am here for you. I do this. I do one-on-one work, so I'm happy to be here for you. And then eventually you'll get to the point where this exercise can work. And even if you feel like, okay, David, get on to the next topic, I'm about to, you've had ups and downs in life. And whether this is for you or somebody else, if there is a down, again, what I just shared might prove very important. So at least now it's in your subconscious and you can trust yourself to remember it, or actively work to master this content and watch this video 5 to 10 times till you know it deeply, and any related topics on YouTube.